We met on the Ethan Becker Discord, and we vibed so much because I was aiming to go to a concept art field, and she was also doing the same. She's a really good artist, really great. I'm gonna drop her social media stuff in the description here or in the comment section, and you guys go and follow her and check her out. She has worked in doing projects, and she also has experience on selling art in the art community or art not art community, art conventions, anime conventions, or any conventions that you can think about. She's been doing it. She's been doing all the things that
Alex,
other artists should be doing.
Alexa, Deckenlampe an.
And let me share her social medias with you guys. So she's on Instagram. You can find her there. Post that up. She's also on Twitter, so you can find her there as well. You can look at her work. And then she also streams on Twitch, and she also has a YouTube channel as well. Damn, like she's like pretty much everywhere. So all right.
My light source went out.
Oh no, what happened?
Wait, I'm gonna try to fix this in a second. Let it load for a hot minute.
Okay.
Hi guys. Dude.
Oh, it's
how
okay,
weird.
man.
Oh, people are coming in already. You guys
Yeah.
are fast.
Yeah, man. Like some days I would think about like I don't know if I want to stream today. I don't know. Like the anxiety is getting to me, and then I remember like no, I got a handful of people here are just ride or dies. Like they're gonna keep me accountable. Like yo, you say you're gonna be streaming today. You're gonna be streaming today. I'm like yeah, I'm gonna stream. And then what's really great about that is because like when I start streaming, the anxiety and stuff goes away because they're here and they're like cheer me on and they're like just super friendly, awesome people, and it's just amazing. Just like okay, you guys really make streaming enjoyable.
Wholesome
Yeah.
community moment.
It's very nice. All right.
Me?
So the guest speaker in today's interview, because last week we had Maxi, an animator, and now this time we have Yano. Yano, would you like to introduce yourself and tell people what you're all about and what you're doing currently?
Sure. Hi guys. My name's Yana. I work as a concept artist currently in the movie industry. As usual, I'm not allowed to say where that is or what exactly I'm doing, but yeah, I have a background in concept stuff. I have a background in game development, but most of all, I like drawing really cute girls and boys, and it's a bit of a problem. Right? Yeah, I also like to go to cons. I mean, I used to like to go to cons.
Like we all used to in the before times.
Dude, I have so much stuff. You know, last year when we didn't know what would happen with this whole situation, I got really into Fire Emblem, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
that was around Christmas. Everyone was really getting hyped about that. So I invested so much into Fire Emblem merchandise, and now I have like a million little tiny Edelgards and stuff all around my house. It's a bit like, you know, those videos of people or
Yeah.
their friends of Nick Cage or like underneath the toilet seat, and you might just find some Edelgard somewhere in my house and some furniture and stuff. So yeah, I also like to do merch and everything that comes with it.
Yeah, so you'll say like you're being a true artist, like you're putting yourself out there, you're working for companies, you're doing different projects, and then you're also participating in the conventions as well and getting your merch out there as much as possible.
Yeah, I actually started with cons. I didn't really think I would be working for a company until you
Yeah.
know, I made friends in the community, and I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not? But,
Yeah. I don't know. I find cons really scary. Like at first, because my friends are like, "Oh yeah, you gotta come join us at the cons, man. It doesn't matter. You can have like a little bit of nothing." And like our friend over here made over like $200, and he doesn't have anything. He didn't have much. And he was just drawing people stuff, and he had some few stickers. You should totally do it. I'm like, yeah, I should totally do it. I'm like chewing on my nails.
if you need advice, you always know where to go. I got
Yeah.
some hot tips for things you could do at any time. Like, I still think you should be making acrylics of like your persona, your little blue boy.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I will write that down. Let's
Get
see
in the
what we
game.
have. So a lot of my viewers here and the people I get on Instagram, they will always ask me that I should like put out more videos about like how to improve and stuff like that. And I'm just trying to come up with like a just a way, like just make it make sense on like how you can get started on improving. You have any tips or advice on getting better at drawing or getting better at anything?
Mm-mm. It really is rinse and repeat, isn't it? I mean, it sounds so boring,
Yeah.
but you have to, I mean, obviously you need to know how to practice properly.
Right.
But in the end, if you don't practice what you preach, it's not gonna come out anyway.
Yeah.
It's not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Exactly. Exactly. I just feel like whenever I come up with like a drill or routine that I will normally
Mm,
do, I'll do it like consistently for like I think I did like consistently all last year. Probably didn't draw as much as I did when when I had to like go to work and stuff because I had that was like my priority. I was like, let me draw as much as I can before I go back to work. And now like, oh, I have all this abundance of time and I can
I
do
know.
whatever I want. I still did the drills and stuff like that, but I started taking longer when it comes to drawing more complete pieces and like trying to spend as much time using Photoshop or whatever.
Mm,
And I just see like my stack of paper that I used to have in my office. I had like a giant stack. Um, it could have been so much larger. It could have been so much bigger. It could have been like the best visual representation of mileage, but I just threw that all away. Like, but I just continued other routines and other things that wouldn't like look like a physical representation. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing all Photoshop and digital stuff, and I'm doing like a lot of. I was doing a mentorship in Nano, and I was
I
still
remember.
working, but it wasn't like at the same intensity. So I always feel like those things always change all the time. So I wish I
I
could
kind of
just sit
wish.
here and just preach it, but like they change.
I know, right? And I also wish that people like us who mainly practice in the digital
Hmm.
medium,
Yeah.
to me, I wish we had like a thing where we could just, get like the cheapest, secondhand paper so it's not as eco disruptive and just print everything out. Like,
Right.
even if it's just the worst quality, just like really shitty, anything to like really hold it in your hand and
Right.
see and interact with it on like a haptic base, like really touch it, really understand I did this. It may be hard to grasp because it's usually, you only see it on your screen or on your phone, but just holding something that you've made is so powerful. And I wish we could just do that in a way where it's not like, oh, let me kill all the trees just because I want to feel good about my art, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh yeah.
but you're right, you're right. It's kind of daunting sometimes thinking, oh
Hmm.
my God, I wonder how much I actually did do
Yeah.
in the last half year or year. Because there's no way of visualizing it,
Yeah.
right? You
Exactly.
see 50 files on
Yeah.
Photoshop, 50 files on Photoshop,
But
whatever.
within those 50 files, you have thumbnails and you have like rough sketches and stuff like that, and it's like you just that stuff is like easily forgotten, especially
Yeah,
after you already
like
have the end
actual
piece out.
painting. Yeah, in actual painting, I mean, you would have such a thick layer of paint with, you get your base done, you have a
Hmm.
wash. It just keeps growing and growing and growing. I mean, your file says grows, but when you really get that, right? So.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Have any tips for anybody here that's like, okay, either sometime whenever the economy opens back up and the cons are back and it's all safe to go, either this year or next year, what is the core things that you need to start right before joining the artist alley and like
For
putting yourself
boozing.
out there? Yeah, just for boothing.
Um, Hi guys. So, do you want to start proving at artist alleys and like sell stuff and have a fun time and have your friends sit on your lap while you have like a framed picture of your favorite game character or anime character in front of you? One tip, and I think this is it, have fun, because if you have fun and you create what you want to know and not what you want to know, but like what you want to buy yourself, people will come to you and you will build a community because
Mhm.
they'll be like, oh, so I really like this gacha game and I want to make prints of my favorite character and I want to make merch of my favorite character. So I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna make like acrylics, but it's gonna be an inside joke in the community, for example, or maybe there's a beach episode in your favorite anime and you think that's really funny and people are always making memes about it. Just make a print of that beach episode, or um make that acrylic of that character in your favorite spin-off. Maybe there's, in Boku no Hero Academia, a
Hmm.
lot of people actually really like that one ending, I think it was, with like the fantasy setting.
Yeah.
And I think the most fun merch I found of that at the art sellers that I went to was the people who went and took that concept and like ran with it. So they made like cute little acrylics of like that one dragon character, but he had like little wings on the side, and they were like
Yeah.
attached like on separate little acrylics, so you could like flap his little wings. So it
Yeah.
was like a little Bakugo, and he had like the little wings on the side. And I thought it was so cute, and I saw everyone buying that and wearing it on their backpacks. So really just do what you want to see and like what you have fun making, because that's the thing that's gonna sell. If that's your characters and you want to make like 7 issues of your own comic book series and you're passionate about it, it's gonna show in your work, it's gonna show in your merchandise. So if you're worried and you're not sure what to make, just think, well, what would I want? And if that is every single Final Fantasy 14 character as like a metal animal pin on like a 17 rows pin board, someone's gonna find you who really likes that, and he's gonna bring all his friends. So don't be too worried. But yeah, see you soon.
And how important do you think it is for artists to like start jumping into Artist Alley or the even opening up a Etsy store, or even trying to start a side hustle or a side business?
I think it's important that no one feels pressured to monetize their hobby unless they want to, right? Because there's this motion right now where everyone feels like they need to do that. Everyone feels like I need to monetize um, my art. I need to make prints that sell. I need to make merchandise that sells. But if you have something else that you want to do to earn your money, there's no need to be doing that. You don't need to feel pressure to do it. If you
Hmm.
want to, though, you should go for it and give it a try. Give it an educated try, so don't just, make prints in your basement on like a very old 90s printer, and then you might be upset because people don't react to your prints the way that you would like them to. But
Yeah.
find someone who has done it before. Someone like you who's done all kinds of prints and stuff, so
Yeah.
which is awesome and exciting. Someone like you who can then take them by the hand, work them through the basics, be like, hey, get a good printer or print on this, you can go on this website, order from this printing company, um, and then just have fun, right?
Yeah.
And I think that might be very enriching, actually,
Yeah.
if someone feels ready to
Yeah.
take on the mantle.
Yeah. I just love it when people are like, "Oh man, thanks for the advice or the pep talk or whatever," because that shit like helped me get out of a dark place, and I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome."
Mm.
Now I want to like hopefully help out as many people that's in your situation, because that's literally the only reason why I even started, is just because I was mad and frustrated at how I was raised to believe like I cannot do anything with art, or I cannot make it just because of like circumstances and stuff like that, and therefore I had to like give up on like the things that I love. And then growing up, I'm like, wait, I have the choice to do whatever the hell I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else know this? And I'm like, oh no, no, no! I gotta save the other millies out there that is stuck in this rat race.
Yeah, I was the same way. I didn't think I would, go anywhere, and then someone was like, when I was 16, actually, way too young, don't do it. Go to
Mhm.
cons after you're 18. Too many weirdos, but someone told me, yeah, you're good at art, you should try this. And then they helped me get some prints made, and I had my mom help me laminate,
Mhm.
like plastic lamination, and he cut it with scissors. Like those were my first charms. They were
Yeah.
like the 72 DPI printed character artworks that I laminated with my mom in my kitchen, in our kitchen, right? So you don't have to have a perfect start, but you know, it was very sweet. Those times, man, that was cute.
Yeah, man.
Thinking that I might help someone, make that jump and get those prints and sit with their mom in their kitchen and cat laminated weird little dingly charms
Yeah, right.
makes me feel good.
I think it's amazing how like your mom just like came in like supported you, because
Dude,
I think the support is like goes so long. It goes such a long way.
it really does. If you
Yeah.
don't have friends who can, you know, uh, maybe empathize with your situation of I want to make shitty stickers, and at
Mhm.
least counting on the support of the people around you, your family. That's so important. I think
Yeah.
that's
Right.
real wholesome. Oh, look at you! You already got a post done. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
and I already got rid of it because I'm like I'm still warming up. Um. Yeah, like how many poses do you normally go through? And then you're like, I can polish this, but like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that at all.
A couple, 5, 10.
So,
Dude.
tell me more about like, well, I know you're underneath NDA. You can't talk about it as much, but tell us I guess how how you're handling work. I'm trying to like
Okay.
to tippy toe around the subject. Like how are you handling the work, and like is it stressful? Is it fun? Like does this hit all the markers that you was like aiming for? Because I remember in the Discord server we were just like we're trying to get good, we're trying to get good, we're trying to build a portfolio, you know, and like I want to get a
Right.
jobby job.
I come in and say I want to get a jobby job, and I did. So I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, manifesting. Um, it's different. It's way different than when I was doing stuff for myself. Because if you
yeah,
do stuff for yourself, there's a blessing and a curse to that. The
yeah,
blessing is you can do whatever the fuck you want. I can swear. Can I swear on the stream? I
yeah.
can
You
do
can
whatever
swear.
the fuck I want. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but the downside to that is that you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Mhm.
So no one's gonna tell you, I like this better, do this. They're just, friends who tell you, that looks cool, I like this. And then another friend goes, I like that, you should do that instead. So having a director in your life who tells you specifically, I don't care,
Yeah.
let's do this because I want it that way, is actually kind of amazing, and I kind of love it
Yeah.
because you don't need to be racking your brain over, oh, I wonder if version 5 is better than version 3, and maybe my
Mhm.
friends are lying to me, and maybe version 1 is actually the best. No, the director's gonna tell you, I want that. I want I don't know, cool action pose with
Mhm.
the tree. Woo! And you're like, okay, I can work with that. You told me what you like. Let's tailor this design to what you need, and that's been really good. So yeah, I really like working in a team. I don't like working for myself. I can't be one of those people who make pretty illustrations in their own home.
Mhm.
I need people.
Yeah. And how important is it to be able to like work with others, like,
Mm,
because I
so hard.
noticed when I was in school we had like these group projects, and
Mm.
I get it, like it's a school, you're doing it for a grade, so like you gonna write it off with like a lot of fucking grain of salt on the side because like I'm just doing it for just a passing grade. No one's paying
Yeah.
me for this, but the cooperation in there is like tooth and nails with some people. Like this is not working, we gotta change it, and like this person's not being cooperative enough to change it, and there's so much struggles with it. Like fuck, like I don't want to work with you anymore, you know. Like how much of that is so important in your current
All of
place right
it.
now?
I think you already know, cause right, I'm
I just
pretty
want someone to say
vocal
it
about
because like I'm not
wanting
working
to be.
currently.
Yeah, but oh my god, Millie, if you sit with 5 people and like 2 of them are, I don't know, they do research, they do
Hmm.
planning, you are behind them in the order of things,
Yeah.
right? You are dependent on how well they can communicate what they found to you. And then there's like, 3D artists, there's game designers, maybe there's,
Hmm.
level artists, there's sound designers, especially. Oh my god, so sound designers, I respect you so much. But all these people are also depending on you to communicate with them
Yeah.
the mood of your set piece, maybe, or like if you're making a prop, is this the type of prop that we pick up, and maybe there's like a sound cue, do we interact with it?
Hmm.
um is there a specific vibe that you want to transmit to the player or to the viewer if it's a movie?
Yeah.
If you don't communicate, with them. And if you can't communicate, visually, you have to communicate with your words as a team player, right?
Yeah.
Then you failed. It doesn't matter how pretty your picture is. If you don't, if you don't communicate with it, you're not a designer. You're just an illustrator. And
Yeah.
even not even a good illustrator, if I want to, go that far. If you don't invoke anything,
Mm-hmm.
that's a bit tough.
Damn.
Yeah. So communicating. Also, right, how do you even want to land a good job?
Right.
Unless you're pleasant to work with, I don't see you going very far. So that's not a problem for anyone who's watching, because I'm sure all of you guys are extremely sweet.
Yeah,
I'm
I just
waiting.
want this information to be like just out there, just because I just know
Really?
some people, and like I know I have some people like that I know personally that like are stuck in a certain way, and like they're gonna see this video and be like, that
Oh.
question's for you. That question's for you.
Just in general, right? It doesn't even matter if you're an artist or a designer or a musician or you work a totally different job. People are, if you enhance the experience, people are going to want to tell the people around them about how pleasant it was to work with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not against you.
Yeah.
So it goes a long way. If you help someone, it always is going to come back to you, even if you don't know. I strongly believe in that. And in the community, in the industry, that's very, very true, right? If you're pleasant to work with and you deliver, they're probably gonna, remember your name. And if in 5 years, or even in 2 months from then, they
Yeah.
have an opening in their company. Usually, what happens, and I think this is well known, to be honest, at this point,
Mm-hmm.
before a company puts a public job opening, they're usually gonna ask their artist and like the people they work with, hey,
Yeah.
do you know anybody? So, just be nice. It's not that hard. Just be nice. Please be nice.
And it's really, would you say it's really like a very small industry?
So small. It's crazy.
So everyone
It's kind of
knows
scary.
everybody.
At some point, yeah. If you really are, going in and you
Mm-hmm.
want to do this and you stay in this for a couple of years, you're gonna be, one way or the other. So it might as well be a name that everyone's like, oh, I've heard of them. They're so sweet. Or I've seen them on the stream with XYZ. They've been so kind. Incognito.
Yeah, like I'm trying to use it like Photoshop, so I'm hitting all the shortcut. I'm so ingrained with shortcut keys, so now I'm like, oh, nope, that doesn't work here.
Oh, you guys are just opening an incognito tab. You don't need to know why. But yeah, I'm really happy to see that you, trying to spread that education vibe, spread that knowledge,
Yeah, man. I think the quarantine has been super great when it came to like just knowing other people and just seeing like, oh my god, like I have never been like this in touch to an art community in a like at all, ever at all. I felt like in the before times, like it was super hard to even find like-minded people. Like I have friends that they're not really as serious as I am. Like I was like I cut off all ties. I stopped hanging out. I stopped partying and stuff like that. Like I really want to work here. I really want to start working as an artist. I'm tired of like having these remedial jobs where I'm not being creatively expressed or anything like that. Like working as a bouncer just made me just realize like, wow, I'm just wasting my fucking life. I'm watching people fuck up their life and I'm like, this is not a life that I want to live. So
I want to fuck their life up emotionally.
Yeah, right.
Cute little story where they're like, fuck.
Yeah. And then it just gets to a point where like I'm consuming all this media and it's like, whoa, the Amazing Spider-Man movie was so damn good. I want to work on that.
Yeah. You should. Just write them an email like, I have come to the decision that I would like to work for you. Please employ me.
Yeah, I was thinking about like, because I'm trying to build a portfolio now, right? I'm trying to like come up with an idea of what I should add into the portfolio. And James recommended that I should try to recreate something that I love as a child and make it designed for, like, I don't know, if you're trying to go for another studio or whatever, just make the thing that you love and redesign it, uh, and make it your own, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I love Spider-Man, I love Marvel comics, but I don't see myself as like a Marvel comic book guy. You know, like I
Mm.
don't draw in a comic style. I don't do the inkings and stuff like that. But then I also love Street Fighter. I wonder if I can like mash those two together and then like
Yeah,
come up with a Marvel based Street Fighter world or something, you know?
dude,
And
I
there's
love that so much.
and then also like for I guess for like work sense, do you think it's better to be specialized in one thing, or is it great to be multifaceted, where you can be kind of like a generalist, but you have it's like going to college. You have a major and a minor. Like you
Yeah.
major in concept art and you minor in something else. Is it best to
Mm.
go at that approach, or you just gotta specialize at something, like only specialize?
If we're talking like branches and jobs in general, I think you should specialize, excuse me, because at some point, humans have to generalize, right? It's in our psychology that we need to break someone down in our little, in a little jar in our mind. We need to be able to be like, okay, that's, that person that draws, really pretty girls and they're always, they have a gun. I don't know,
Yeah,
right? So you need to know for yourself, who are you going to be? Are you going to be the guy who is a Twitch streamer, the guy who's an illustrator, the guy who's a comic artist, the guy who's a concept artist? And that's just talking about the job itself, right? You need to,
yeah,
have that dedication. And something like concept art specifically is
yeah,
so competitive as a business, because there's not a lot of people who are going to be doing this thing specifically, right?
yeah,
If you don't put your all in that, if you don't put all your money on that horse,
yeah,
uh, it's probably not gonna win. um, right? Because you need to be the concept artist, Millie. You need to
yeah.
be the concept artist, Yano. Or you might not get called if someone has a concept artist job. You might get called if someone has, a job for the person who, needs to uh, be hired to draw a girl with a gun
Mhm.
very well, because they're that person. So you need to. It's the same thing as with like the conventions, right? You just need
Mhm.
to have an identity, and it's tough finding that, but it's gonna come on its own. But to get to the point where unearths itself and like blossoms like a flower, you need to put your seed in, and you need to water it, and you can't water the illustration seed and the Twitch streamer seed and the character artist and designer seed at the same time. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, yeah. I just figured out, like, man, if I do everything at once, it's going to take a lot longer,
Yeah.
but eventually it will get done.
It will. It will. But you're in a unique position where you're someone who works very hard. And I
Yeah.
don't work that hard. So I need to be careful with the time that I allocate.
Yeah.
You know how it be.
I don't know. I just think I'm like, if I have to learn anything from my parents, it's just like my mom. She just works really hard. Like I used to just watch her just sit on in the living room, just reading and studying and grinding away at her medical licenses and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, like I guess that's how you're supposed to do it.
It
And
is.
and I was like, okay, let me do that. But like another thing is like you also gotta like really take care of your health,
Yeah.
because by being that inactive, like you just have a slew of problems with it. So I
We
learned a little bit from her, and then I learned like just a little bit from like watching other people and how they do it.
Yeah, we've been trying to get back into like doing at home exercises because we
Hmm.
can't go to the gym, and it's been so sad.
Right,
My
right.
biceps is gone.
I have like I bought like some low weight 15-pound dumbbells, and
Mm.
they're really light, and I'm like a big guy, and like this is nothing. I did 3 sets of 50, and the next day my arms were noodles. Like it hurt to even
Mm.
just move my arm. Oh, let me grab some coffee. Ah, ah.
Dude, we have Switch Ring Fit,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And my partner did a whole set of playing that game yesterday on
Hmm.
intense mode, which is like a whole bunch of squats, a whole bunch of chair pose,
Hmm.
right? And then
Yeah.
you're standing there, you're like, I hate my life. Not even 20 minutes, and he was like,
I'm over it.
this
I'm
is
over it.
it's not good, it's not good. So, exercise as an artist is kind of important. I have when I was 18, after a convention, I went home and I realized my thumb was 2 or 3 times the size of my other thumb.
Oh
And
wow.
that's when I developed arthritis at age 18
Oh
in
shit.
my drawing hand, just from drawing too
Oh my
much, because
god.
I was doing like sit down live commissions at the convention,
Yeah.
and it's still that way. I don't know how much you can see
It's not that bad. It's not even like noticeable. I'm thinking like one giant exaggerated thumb.
dude, but I can't bend it further than this.
Oh shit.
So,
Damn.
it's been doing a little thingy here. I
Oh
don't know if you
wow.
see that.
Yeah, I see it. I
Should
see it.
Yeah,
I
it
see it.
should be. It should
Wow.
not look like that. There's another artist. Her name is Yume. She got famous for doing these really nice environmental pieces on DeviantArt a long time
Hmm.
ago, and then she did a webcomic called Fisher Placebo that went viral
Yeah.
for a while, and then she completely stopped drawing almost entirely because her hands were too broken and she just couldn't draw anymore. So
Damn.
let that be a lesson to you guys. Always do your stretches. Do one of these. Do one of these.
Have you seen
I'm not good at the story of this done, but just stretch your hands, please.
have you seen that what's it called? It was a JoJo Rohan short stories, I guess. It was on
Yes,
Netflix. And
Kishi
he
Buruan wa Okokanai, and then he has like the
yeah, he has
stretches.
this entire routine like, okay, arms out, 90 degrees, do this, do that. And I'm like, I don't think I can do any of that. Like my fingers don't
The
bend. Like,
things.
yeah. Like the way how he will stretch his fingers down. I'm like, I don't know how he can do it completely straight and then have his
One second.
fingers come down. No problem. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like those stretches are like crazy. I have no idea how to do that.
So let's look up that page that we were talking about.
Oh, you got it! And I'm thinking like, okay, so Rohan is basically the creator. He just threw himself into the manga and then amplified his personality to be him. It's obvious. You can tell.
Yeah, it's
And
Araki.
so I'm like, do you do this as well?
Hello,
There
chat.
you
Oh my
go.
god.
There you go. Like
Can you see?
it hurts doing this. Like
Okay,
trying to
next page,
keep it
chat.
straight.
Oh, you can't really see it because of the
Yeah.
light. Let me trick.
Trick the.
Do a little
Okay.
trick.
Yeah.
Okay, chat. Are we all warmed up now? What's it?
It-
2, 3, 4.
I thought you did it all at the same time. Like
Ah.
I haven't done this
Oh.
though. I have. You heard the crack.
Now you're broken. You can never draw again.
Yeah. Right. That's why I don't do that. Yes, that is the best box ever. It's better than my box.
You know what? I'm gonna join you.
Okay. I
On
I
the
put the
background.
link. I put the link in the Twitch chat.
Yep.
I'm over here I'm having a hard time trying to find a pose that I can agree with. So if you could work with anybody in the world, who would you want to work with?
That's crazy. That's such a hot question. What's your answer? I want to hear yours first. before I go?
My answer? And anybody from Studio Trigger, Yo-Yo Shinari, or even LaShawn Thomas. I idolize Feng Zhu and Kim Jong-gi and stuff like that, but I don't have any desires to work with them. I don't know if that's weird.
It's probably because they have a reputation of working so hard, and you're like, oh no, I will be crushed.
Well, I don't know. It's not that. It's just more like I think they're cool people. Like I admire the work ethic of Feng Zhu, even though even me as hard as I work, I feel like it's really drastic.
Yeah.
But I respect the hustle. I always really respect the hustle. But it's just not like, oh man, I want to work with him one day.
This box too large? Am I taking up too much space?
Yeah, I was trying to like let me try to be was it? Let me try to be conservative.
Okay, I'm gonna make it a little smaller. I don't wanna be that person. Woo. And then
How long did it take you to make your portfolio?
oh, I don't even have one yet.
What?
Right? Because I was working so much, and then during my work on the portfolio, this is a story. A story and a half, but while I was making my portfolio, I was in the channels day and night, right? I was grinding. You guys saw me making gosh darn silhouettes for guns and like designing like parts day in, day out. I was doing character line art for several million hours. And then eventually someone hit me up and he was like, you know, I have a position that needs to be filled, and we don't have a lot of time, but I noticed that you were, you know, working really hard, and whenever someone gave you feedback, you would be really receptive to that, and you would, you know, actually use it and keep going further and really trying to, you know, honor the time that people spend trying to help you grow, and then you would grow and, you know, give that to someone else, and, you know, I really like that. Do you want to come on the team? And then I was like,
what?
But I don't. And yeah, that was quite a moment, right? You don't really expect
that's really
it,
cool.
It's kind of like with everything in life. It's gonna come when you least expect it, and then you're just there like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this now. And
how did they contact you? Did they find you on like social media or something? On Discord?
No, they found me on the server.
What?
You never know, right?
Yo,
because
that's
the server
crazy.
that we're on,
Yeah.
it has like 40k members, and you never know what kind of people are in there.
Yeah.
Just the other day, someone from like an animation company posted that they need some, you know, cleanup artists for, you know, their animated feature. So I was like, oh my god.
That's crazy, because this entire time, that entire like portfolio or art share thing, it's like you're in a server full of artists. What's the whole point of even throwing that up?
Right. It really is crazy. I mean, think about it. Oh, I didn't mean to copy this. How do I? I gotta delete it. Damn it, Nagma Studio. The whole time, you never know who someone is behind their username.
Yeah, right.
Feng Zhu could be hiding in that server, and you wouldn't know. Kim
just stalking.
You're like, whoa, Mr. Zhu. I didn't know your name was, I don't know.
I know, right? I like cheese 28 or something.
Yeah. Oh, hi Afro, how you doing?
How hard is it to find a nice varsity jacket? I'm so heated. Hey, Pepperoni Pikachu. Are you familiar with Pepperoni?
Dude, I love Pepperoni.
Yo, she's amazing.
They've been so pleasant. Remember when I was talking about how my AD found me and was like, you know, we want to hire you because you work so well with people, and if we tell you something, then you always, you know, immediately, you know, try to learn it and then give it to someone else and help someone else grow. Pepper's the same way. If you spend time with Pepper and Pepper's like, I'm gonna try this, you bet your ass that if Pepper sees someone and Pepper like they need help, Pepper's gonna be like, hey, have you tried?
Yeah.
I don't remember your voice. I don't want to be rude, but like, I always feel like that. So, hey, good.
That's super cool. It's like Okay, so I'm gonna be like working on Clip Studio Paint, and I'm terrified of it. Because I'm like, I feel
Oh,
like I'll have these same problems where I'm like, I'm so used to the shortcut keys for Photoshop. I know I can like change it in Clip Studio Paint, but I feel like I'll be going back to level 1 again, and I'm like so afraid. Like, I worked so hard to get on a certain level.
it's almost like you're never done. It's almost like you can always keep working, and there's never an end of the way in art. You never get good.
Right.
You can never get good.
Right.
Man, trap. I haven't drawn a character in like 5 weeks now. I only
Yeah.
photo batch and do environment work. No.
How much photo bashing do you think is required on the job?
For a concept artist, I mean, I do stuff in the movie industry, so since you work with a director who's, they are not an artist usually, so you need to be able to present something that is basically like the finished, real life prop or real life environment, or, if you were to make a character, you would have to, use the actor's face and all of these things. So you need to have a certain level of confidence, because if you don't, then you can't communicate the idea to the person who doesn't have an artistic background. So
Yeah.
you need to be able to do that. In the gaming industry, it's different, right? If you design for Assassin's Creed, that's one thing. But if you design for an indie game, you make like cute little pixel characters, why would you want to photo bash?
Right.
So it's a bit, it's a bit tough to answer that one. But for the movie industry, for like entertainment media, it's probably a good idea to have at least a basic understanding of how to bish bash some photos together and make something look cute and realistic.
For as long as you've been going to school, do you feel like you learn more outside of school?
Right, it depends. Because when I was doing uni, I'm still getting my degree, but I'm one of those students now, so don't look at me. I was focusing on game development a lot.
Yeah.
Instead of actually doing concept art or anything in that direction. See, remember when I was saying I'm gonna do like 5 to 10 poses before I get comfortable? I'm serious.
Yeah,
But,
same.
Yeah, what I learned, I think, was really good. Just not what I need now.
I see.
And I don't think any school here could have prepared me properly for concept art industry. So it's a very special beast of its own, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm grateful to be able to throw together a game in Unity Engine or in Unreal Engine, because who knows where I might go. Gonna catch me on Kickstarter in a couple months.
Man,
Making
I can't
millions.
wait. I'm like, yes, take all my monies. What is a dream project you wish you can work on?
I think I would really like to do a character-based RPG type of story.
Oh, nice.
Sometime. Actually, you know what? Let's not aim for the stars. I want to illustrate a dating game one day.
Nice.
I want to make like some cute girls and boys, and you have to, make social links happen.
Yeah.
So you can take them on a date to the pier.
Social links like in Persona.
Yeah. What about you?
I had a dream to make like a super animated fighting game. And huh? What was
I did do that.
Oh, you did? That's
I made
super
a
dope.
fighting game. The first time that we talked, it was because I heard you say that you liked Street Fighter. So.
Yeah. So I had an idea for a game, and this is what made me like want to quit trying to animate and just get more into dynamic drawing and just get better at my artistic skills in general. I wanted to make a fully animated game where like even when you do a grab or even some of the special attacks, it goes into an animated cutscene.
Bro.
So you can see the action in between. So it's more immersive that way. I build up a story where like it's all revenge based, and then for you to like you have to unlock the characters. You just don't buy the goddamn characters right out. You unlock them by doing certain events specials. So let's say if you're fighting in downtown LA or something, right? You do your special attack and it destroys a building. Those background characters that just sit there and watch you fight and they cheer you on or whatever, they get hurt. Like I hate those characters in the background. They're like just bystanders. Like they need some repercussions too for just sitting there and indulging in their like in their like violence. You know. So let's say you destroy something and it hurts a background character. That person that was hurt in that time frame, they have loved ones too, and then they get thrown into the story as well. Oh, thanks for the follow, man. The Bill Tenant. What's up, Archie Tsunami? He's one of my other lovely mods here that helps moderate.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, Pepperoni Pikachu, let me send you a link if you want to join us. Is this like the max? No, it can't be the max. I'll put the link somewhere in there. Let me see if I still copied and paste. Yeah, okay. There you go, Pepperoni. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to like ask your questions as well. And after I'm so happy that you watched Samurai Champloo, so now you can acknowledge that Samurai Champloo is a million times better than Cowboy Bebop. I'm sorry if I insulted anybody, but like I sat down and watched all of Cowboy Bebop, and it was, I felt like I was better off watching Spider-Man and Friends because that's what the fuck that was about. Like there's nothing serious that happened, no concrete storyline. It's just like space adventures, and the last 2 episodes is serious. And I'm like, oh okay.
Wait, do you think you're talking about Space Donnie and not?
No, it's Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. Like the music is cool. Like I really want people to tell me why they love Cowboy Bebop because I literally cannot find anything to really enjoy. Like I think the characters of Cowboy Bebop is really interesting. They made Spike Spiegel like the Fonz. Like everything he did was just freaking cool. He was just a cool ass dude. But where's the story? Where's the plot? You get some backstory on some characters, which is kind of cool, but there was nothing really. There wasn't anything I can really take away from it. And those last 2 episodes was like, okay, this is the holy grail. I was expecting like a lot of fights and stuff. It's just mostly shootouts and like comic relief.
Spicy opinions, Millie. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Poor Afro's gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, I know. That's Afro's favorite anime. I gave it a good college try. I watched it and I really like sat down and watched it, and it was just there's nothing I could have got from all those episodes.
How dare you have an opinion?
He's like, I'm done with you. Oh no, I lost a friend.
Sir, we are beating them. Wherever you go, you always get a nemesis real quick.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to switch brushes, but it won't let me switch. Okay, I gotta click on it manually. So, what inspires you the most to improve and get better? Like, do you have an end goal in mind? Do you have a place where you're striving to get to? Because I know a lot of people in the servers, they're like, I want to work at Riot. I remember that used to not be a thing.
Yeah.
Now that's like the biggest thing.
Dude, Riot especially. It's like, so do you know someone?
Right.
Do you know someone at Riot? If not,
I know like maybe. Nah. I did know a person that worked at Riot, but it wasn't like a creative field. It was more like I put the chairs together.
Man, I'm not really that type. I just want to work at a studio. I want to sit with a bunch of other people who like to, think of stuff, who like to just fire off ideas. and I want to sit with them in a room, and then after an hour we go and we make it, and then we go back and we're like, I made the thing, and it's just,
Yeah, just high fives all around.
yes. So as long as I got some other artists around me who can, make me want to be as cool as them, because that's kind of my driving force. I just want to be like, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. That what you're doing, I want to be that. And as long as I can do that, chameleon move. As long as I can be the chameleon, I don't really care. I'm happy. I mean, it would be cool if it was something like, something character driven that's not hyper realistic. I don't think that's where I'm gonna end up. I don't see myself there.
Yeah.
The irony, if in a year from now I'm at damn fucking Naughty Dog, I don't know. Or working like one of our friends is working with some movie directors who are doing some crazy cool stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Ridley Scott and stuff. Oh my god. That's so cool. Yeah, I'm like gonna be upset if I end up there. What's this? Aww.
Pepperoni.
Aww.
Alright, God, I've always wanted to make a fighting game too with our OCs since learning Flash and AI. Right? This is so fun making a video game. Like, I think the experience I had, we made a like side scroller video game. It was like the art department collab with the game development department, and we made a side scrolling game, and I had the liberty and to help make the animating frames for like 2 characters, and just watching it like actually work. Like, the characters are moving, they're doing the thing, like, oh, I drew that out, oh my god, and people are like, oh, the special effects are cool, I drew the special effects. And it's so exciting and it's so liberating, and it's like, I want to do this, I want to do more of this. But
dude, this special effect people and UI people need so much more love, by the way. Respect.
And I'm like, yo, I need this to be, I need to, this is my thing I want to do now, But I want it. I have standards. Like, I feel like we all have like these art standards. Like, it has to look like this. I want to be that underdog. Like the guy who made Skullgirls and Invisible. Dude. When he did Skullgirls, like, I'm just a lonely dude in my basement and I just want to make pretty girls fight. And I'm like, yeah, and it looks dope.
It's like me. That's me. I also want to make pretty girls fight.
Yeah.
I was one of my main inspirations when I made my game prototype. I still have it. It doesn't look good, but I have it, and it's fully rigged as a health system, as a damage system. There's a freeze frame. There's
nice.
Freeze frame. There's invincibility frames, red frames, blue frames, and it took forever. Development.
Man. Oof. It's a long process, but I feel like the moment when you get all the pieces together and they all like start looking nice and crisp, it's
like,
free.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I made that. I made a baby. Now I'm gonna put that baby in the world, and hopefully everyone loves this baby.
Oh, Etherical. Etheric? I'm sorry.
Etheric is here? Oh, shit.
I am. Join us.
Cowboy Bebop is an anime for people that don't really watch anime. If you think about it, it's very typical. Yeah, it's a very typical anime. But I think it's cool. I think, like, the music is cool. I think the guy who voiced Cowboy Bebop, like, I'm telling you, he embodies cool. But it was just not, it wasn't a lot to take away from it, Like, I don't think Cowboy Bebop ever won any, like, animation awards. But I think it was more of an experimental animation. Because I remember a lot of early animated animes that came out to the US, it was all like experimentation. Like, Fully Cooley was an experimentation. See, like, how well will anime do in America? Even though that shit had no storyline whatsoever. Like, you say it does, but it's just weird. You have to be thinking like in 5D chess or some shit to understand like the story of Fully Cooley sometimes.
But it's so fun.
Oh yeah, like, for visual eye candy, it's amazing. I love it visually.
That shot where she walks down with the fucking guitar. Oh my.
Yeah. Or that scene when the robot comes out of the main character's head, and that
Oh
entire
yeah.
time, that experience, you're like, what the hell is going on? And then the way how they change animation styles so frequently, like it's super fun.
Dude, I'm still coping. It's been years since I saw that, and I'm still coping.
Yeah, like it's short, sweet. It doesn't have to go on like One Piece or Inuyasha. 6 episodes. We're not trying to do anything crazy here. I think that's like also really nice as well.
Yep. Effie, you should join us. If you'd like.
Oh, guys, let me know if there's any type of echo coming from Yano or me, because I know the last interview I had with Maxi, there was like a lot of echo in it. I'm trying to get better at this audio stuff, but you know, trying to be an artist, streamer, content maker, and now like audio engineer. So there's a steep learning curve. I'm just trying to make like 100 shitty bad videos until I get like better at it.
Yeah, there was. No.
Oh no. Is it still happening? In this stream, or are you talking about the last stream, Pepperoni? Oh, Yana, I also want to ask you about con stuff, about like the checklist. So what is like the checklist that every person should have?
The checklist
Yeah.
for making stuff, or the
Oh no, just a
checklist
checklist for just your first con ever, and you don't have a lot to do it big. What is like the main things that someone should actually have?
I think acrylic charms are really approachable. If you know
Mm-hmm.
someone who can, help you set up, contact with a manufacturer in your region, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, China.
Yeah, China.
There's a lot of Chinese supplies. Or in Europe, there's Zep Creatives, for example, for a start, just to dish out some starter names for every region.
Mm-hmm.
Those are really good, not too expensive. You can do a low MOQ, that's minimum order quantity, and that's what, if you go on AliExpress, for example,
Mm-hmm.
there's always going to be in the title like 50 MOQ. So you need to look out for that if you want to have, just a little tryout moment. You want to look for that 1 or 5 MOQ, and then you can just go and have your own little character, a little standee or acrylic, or like a little LED light if you're feeling fancy. That's really good. So prints, of course. Bookmarks are fun, but not as popular as they used to be. Stickers are awesome if you can afford to buy or rent a Cricut machine from a friend.
Oh yeah.
So cool. You can just make all the stickers, and you can there's Millie's face.
Yeah, I can make those stickers for you as well.
Please. But yeah, stickers are really fun, and then yeah, if you have acrylic stickers and a couple of posters, you can go very far. You don't need to go crazy and have animal pins. Those are really awesome, but usually the minimum order quantity for those is at least 50, and 50 little metal pins. It's that goes a long way, maybe a longer way than you're ready to commit to. Hi, Michelle. Chat is getting full.
Yeah. I'm loving the turnout. It's okay, Michelle. I know you're a busy person, and lurking, we take those. We take those lurks. But if you ever want to join us in this drawing stream, you can. You can doodle something. We just, I just hope you guys don't go off the deep end and I'm just draw nips everywhere.
Oh, please no nips.
Yeah. TOS. Like I don't even know the TOS rules, but I just know like it's a thing. Maybe. I always find it weird because when it comes to like social media, Instagram would censor you if you like drew nudity or if you even posted nudity. But then there are some people who can do that and just get away with it. And therefore the lines are kind of blurred. I'm like, so is it okay to do nude studies or is it not okay?
Gray area. Just don't try it. Only try it if you're already famous.
Right.
And it
That's
can't
what I'm
affect
thinking
you.
too. Like if you're already Kim Jong Gi, and then
No one's gonna put Jiggy for one of his million naked biker girls.
man,
By the way, here's a free art tip. If you're drawing here right now and you have like your mouse in your other hand, like I got this setup going. Zoom out with your scroll wheel. Just fucking hit the canvas with a mean scroll downwards.
yeah.
Really help.
I know. So it's a bad habit to always be zoomed in because you don't know what the whole thing looks overall. Like, is it straight? Is it not straight? Does the characters look, or is there like the eyes off warped, or is the head like messed up in some way?
You would never know unless you zoom out.
Right. Just over here, just thinking about like, yeah, if I was gonna draw like some Capcom versus Marvel again, but like have them fuse into one universe,
Ooh.
what would that look like? Yeah, I think Spider-Man would be Ryu, and then Akuma would be Venom.
I love Venom.
Yeah.
I know that movie really divided the masses, but I really liked it.
God. Yeah, it's like whenever Sony or even Fox, they give it off to the directors. I just don't understand. Like, you have the blueprint right here. Why do you deviate so much from it? Like, you could always like just take from the comic book and like literally do it like bar for bar, word for word. This happens here, this happens there. You know, I don't think it's that difficult. And like, if you
Yeah,
wanted to
it's
fit
not
into
that
real world
difficult to
settings,
make.
you can always change it. Yeah.
It's not that difficult. Just include the part where Venom and the human guy have a little baby and they break into like science places to look at their baby child and they are gay
Yeah.
lovers. It's not that difficult. Just do it.
Yeah. Or even
Canon, but
let's say for the horrible X-Men movies, the Dark
mm,
Phoenix, you could make like a very short, low budget like X-Men going into space and do like some Star Wars thing where you just give everyone information of the text of like this will happen in space, whatever. You know, it doesn't have to be crazy. And therefore you already explained like Jean Grey was already like introduced to the Phoenix Force or something.
yeah.
But nah, all these movie directors like, nah, I want to be different. I'm a change up the game. I'm gonna switch it up on everybody.
They got something to say.
I also think it's kind of funny how a lot of comics will like throw in their own political agenda or thoughts on society into comics. I think that's the only reason why I love reading comics. It's because the writers just are kind of ridiculous sometimes, and you're just like, and you guys got greenlit for this? Okay.
No one caught you doing this? No one caught you clowning?
Like, even there's some comics out there that just bad mouths the editors, calling them some type of lifeless vampire, soul sucking degenerate or something. And the editor's like, yeah, that's fine. Throw it up. Think we care? We still getting paid for this.
No one's gonna go and stop them. No one's gonna tell them, please be nice to your poor
Right.
editor.
As a concept artist, what is your thoughts on tracing? Because I remember tracing was such
Oh,
a big, a big deal to everybody. Like, oh no, you're fucking traced. Ah, you're not a true artist if you trace. Or even like the whole copying pasting method of like, oh, my hand is like weird here, and I just want to like have the same pose there or something. Just
dude.
switching things around a bit, or just using the program to the most visibility. Like, I'm just gonna cheat out everything.
I don't. This might get me in hot water, but like the understanding of time versus result
Mm-hmm.
is totally different in the fan art space, like on Twitter or on Instagram,
Yeah.
than in the industry, right? But the
Yeah.
difference is if you're just trying to make a pretty drawing, there's like no need for you to do these things that are essentially just shortcuts, right?
Right.
You can do things like, copy the other eye and just, paste it and do a flip. That's
Yeah.
totally fine. But once it gets into, the area of I'm gonna, take someone else's art or take this photograph and just like trace it basically
Mm-hmm.
almost, right?
Yeah.
Just remake it from the ground up. And there's no reason for me to be doing that, right? Because there's no production behind it, there's no time pressure.
Exactly.
There's, just should you do it? I don't know. Can you do it? And is someone gonna stop you? Yeah, you can do it. No one's gonna stop you.
Yeah.
And what I believe personally actually is go and trace that artwork, really, but just don't post it because it's for yourself, right? If you really like someone's art style and you're like, I really want to understand how they did something, you can, put a lettuce grid on top, just or a hexagonal grid, and then you can remake that entire artwork step by step. But it's not really something you should put on the internet. And if you really need to, you should at least ask. Don't just do the old 1-2 and take someone's art,
Mm-hmm.
remake it, upload on Instagram, don't credit the artist, the typical, right? How many people
Yeah.
have, right? Why do I say this? But I am one of those people that started by printing out print screens from Naruto the anime, and then I put them
Yeah.
on my window, and
Yeah.
then I grab an A4 sheet of paper and a pencil and put them on my window when it's still bright, and then I
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
But I didn't upload them on the internet.
Yeah, like I did that a lot as a kid as well. And I felt like tracing has some value or some merit to it because you're essentially kind of like putting yourself inside the artist's shoes on like the either the confident lines if you're doing the confident lines or the chicken scratches. You kind of like getting the idea of the form or whatever. It's not a lot of like learning from it, but you are getting something out of it.
Yeah, that's what I think too. It's just difficult, right? Because if no one's gonna tell you, you're gonna upload it,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna be in a world of hurt,
Yeah,
and
right.
you want to understand what's wrong with it. So it's important to, stir up a conversation and just see if they know. Because if I was 12 in this day and age, and I would be sitting there with my piece of paper on the window, I don't know if I would have the common sense to, think about, but who drew this anime frame?
Yeah, the
Right?
repercussions.
The repercussions. Think of the children.
Someone please think of the children.
They're drawing pain from Naruto and they're getting all the piercings wrong.
And do you have like any idea of like what is like? Do you have a work life balance since you're working creatively now and you're I'm not sure what your schedule is like when it comes to
Mhm.
working on a team, but do you have like a semblance of work life balance?
Hi, C Night. Um, I try to. Am I good at it? No. I still end up having to do a lot of work in the night, but I try not to because it's not good and gets you
Mm-hmm.
burned out and oh, it's not fun.
Oh no.
Um, I wish I was that kind of person that gets up at like 9 or like 7 a.m. and then I do like exercise until 9 and then I work and then I stop working for dinner and then I just hang out.
Yeah.
Not.
Do you feel like being an artist has ever put in a dampen on your relationships? Especially if you're like, oh,
Oh,
I'm working on a project, or I gotta do this thing, or I'm trying to work on my portfolio. Does it ever
dude,
like get in the way of your relationships or anything like that?
it's so tough because when you're working on something and then your friends hit you up with the good old let's go out. I'm like, rain check, and then it looks like you don't care, but it's just that I
Yeah.
care about drawing cute girls.
Yeah.
Complicated. I forgot that you're wearing headphones. This doesn't look like you at all.
Oh, what? The headphones?
I forgot that you're wearing them. But look, I drew.
Oh, what? I wasn't even paying attention. You was drawing me.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I love it.
shit, dude.
uh, hey, stick figures are welcome here at the Relic. I'm not sure if you're still lurking, but it's welcome here.
Mm-mm.
And man, ArchGod is a beast because instead of using like a Wickham pen, he's been doing a lot of his drawings and stuff with just a goddamn mouse. And I'm like, I know some artists that do that, but they're like they were around before Wickham.
You're all fighter bashing with mouse only because if I use my pen, I get all caught up in the details, and it
Hmm.
helps me keep it, keep it clean, keep it simple in the beginning. If I just,
Yeah.
all my selection, copy pasting,
Hmm.
arranging,
Yeah.
totally. Haha, Afro. You don't see me when I'm drawing this guy.
No, I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying you are a strong individual. Like if you're a beast at with drawing with a mouse, like you will be a god by the time you get like a pen. Did I click on it? Okay. Well, Pepperoni Pikachu, your art is looking so good. I love it.
Ach, God, get out of here. It's ending the show. Come on. You're working hard. We appreciate that.
That's still hard though. Like even my friend tried to get me on doing digital, like I think it was like early 2000s. Like what you do is like you scan your artwork and you throw it on the Photoshop and then you take your mouse and then like you do the line work with that. I'm like, I I can't. I just can't. I can't. It's too much. It's too much. I can't.
I blame AI. Oh, Illustrator, yeah. Ugh,
Oh no no.
Illustrator.
I think I think he's talking about like the school that we went to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we went to a famous school that got its reputation from scamming people. Sold us on a hope and a dream.
That sounds like a pleasant place. I'm so
Right.
glad to hear.
Right. It's like to me, I feel like it's crazy whenever like just seeing people like, yeah, I went to AI and it crushed my spirits. I'm like, oh no, don't give up. It was just a shitty school.
Is it because the teachers don't really have
The
the pizzazz?
teachers that it's not even like the teachers in the pizzazz part. It's more like um, it's more like it wasn't pizzazz. It was more like their outdated experience, and then
Mm,
also and they're just really toxic people.
that's not too fun.
Yeah, like we had a teacher that made a career off of making other people cry.
That's not fun at all.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
me
over
look
here
at
trying to see if I can just draw.
Hmm. Chat, let's design a character together. Give me a keyword. I think I want to make a female character. And I think I want actually two keywords. Maybe like knight or magic or sword or praying mantis. I don't know.
Praying mantis.
Too many sparkles.
Oh, Pepperoni said dragon. Afro said tech
Ooh,
and racing. Archguy's
okay.
ogre.
Dragon tech racing. Oh, okay, ogre is kind of out there.
Alright.
I said two, so dragon and tech. Okay. Mm. Mm.
If it can be sponsored by any software program, what program would that be?
I would love to be one of those Adobe artists because they get flown out. Sorry, they
Yeah.
get flown out these amazing getaways where they get to talk to other artists and there's
Mhm.
like presentations and everything and like all inclusive food. You get like sponsorship and everything, and then there's like these live stream events and everything. I'm like, oh my god, so cool.
I didn't even know
So
Adobe did all that. That's crazy.
no, I didn't know either, but I have a friend. His name is Percy Chen.
Mhm.
Amazing artist. Please go follow him. And Percy actually works with them, and he told me that they get to have these moments where they mingle and they get to like network and communicate, and it sounds amazing. I want to be there. I want to be where the people are. Hmm. So we have a dragon. So I think for dragon, it always works to have some type of horn, and then probably some intense eyes. And then tech could be like a military dragon person. Hmm.
What do you think would be like the best learning platform to use to like get better at art? Like
Trick
you.
question. Discord. Communicate. Talk to other artists.
Hey.
know it's tough finding a space where you feel like you're really finding the people who can help you efficiently, right? The
Mm-hmm.
most. But once you find it, oh my god, it feels so good.
Right.
Having someone who just ask has been doing much more for me than any Learn Square or
Was it Skillshare
Skillshare.
on YouTube?
If she has like a shotgun and then it's like, but it's one of those that you can slip open and then it's just like a side here. Oh, she has like a drone that she chills with. I wonder if she should have legs or hooves. True, Roni. True. I should do funkier. And we could actually also have some long hairs to get that wing feel. If I were to actually design this character, I would have to go and be like, dragon. What type of dragon do we
Right.
want to go? East mythology, Western mythology? Do we want to go, that beautiful Chinese type? I think it's Chinese, I'm sorry. With beautiful like whiskers. I love that. So like right now I'm kind of
Oh
feeling
yeah, like the Shinron Dragon type of thing.
so gorgeous, right? So I want to have that flowy feeling, but since it's tech also, I'm thinking tech wears. I'm thinking I want to have some.
Sometimes you just gotta enjoy like the really bad doodles.
Mm-hmm.
Tell Yano man I said bless you.
Yano man, bless you. He says Dankeschön.
Dankeschön. Nice.
Dankeschön.
Do you ever feel like the fact that you're not in the U.S. that you feel like you're at like a disadvantage when it comes to finding career
Yeah.
opportunities?
For sure. But the point is, if I get good enough, it won't matter, because then they're just gonna fly me over and I get to have healthcare from where I live, but I get to live in the US.
Nice.
Best of all worlds. But yeah, it's crazy, right? Entertainment industry, it's all over there. My boss right now, she lives in LA as well, so.
Oh wow. I don't know. How often do you like? How would you ever like consider advice from someone that's not an artist when it comes to saying like, oh, you don't have to be at a certain location or you don't have to stay in LA. You can move out or whatever. Or anything that's like art related topics from someone that doesn't really do or practice art, they just see it and they appreciate it. Like, do you think their advice is not warranted because they don't know what it's like, or is it more like I think everyone's like tidbits on anything could be valuable, just because I'm looking at it
It's
from
different,
another.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like feedback from someone who is not an artist is sometimes more helpful and sometimes not more helpful at all.
Right.
And that is because they can offer a unique experience that a non-artist cannot give you, right? So
Yeah.
if you're designing something and you're like, does this look cool? They're the
Mm-hmm.
person who can give you that consumer point of view where they don't know anything about shape language, value, allocation, um, shading, proficiency. I don't know. It doesn't matter to them. To them, it's just would I buy this?
Mm-hmm.
You know, would I buy this skin for a game?
Yeah.
And an artist can't give you that because many times they're blinded by their idea of technical ability, right? So they're like, this looks amazing, this is awesome, you have to go with this. And then you go to, you know, your layman, and you ask them and they will have absolutely no interest in the one that has been picked by, you know, the artistry
Yeah.
type of, you know, crowd, because they have a different gauge for what matters to them. It doesn't matter. Is
Mm-hmm.
the shape composition amazing? If you're a very good designer, both of them are gonna pick the same.
Yeah.
If your artist friend and your layman friend are gonna pick the same design because you will have communicated the idea of coolness through your through the lens of shape language and color theory and all that.
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, there's plenty of games out there where you're like, oh, this is amazingly designed, but you just don't care about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I may be so frank, there was this Greek mythos, Breath of the Wild
Yeah.
thing. Amazing designs, some of those, but no one cares about it because it doesn't speak to you. It doesn't sell an idea to you. Even though all the design by itself is amazing, it doesn't connect, right?
Right.
So you need to have some normie friends. A normie is good as a treat.
Yeah. I always think about say if I was with my significant other and I'm like just up until like 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that, and I am grinding away at learning as much as I can, trying to do the most as I can, and they'll tell me like, no, you don't have to do that. And I'm like, how do you know this? You know? Or they'll tell me like, oh, this is really good. And I'm like, how do you like I don't know if you're saying this because you're nice or you're just saying this because like you don't know the art fundamentals and you just think it's good. Study regimens, because there are people like, let's say Space Dad for instance, or even me, Munster, we would practice a bunch like all day every day, especially like last year. It was like constantly in the class, constantly drawing and trying to learn the upper skills. Do you feel like that practice is a thing that you should be doing every day, or is it just okay just to like have fun and enjoy the process of like sucking?
That was well said. Right, it's a bit of I keep saying it's difficult questions, but there's so much like variety to how you can get to a place, right? So it's difficult for me to say like, yeah, this is good or this is bad.
Yeah.
I do think that you should take rest days. I mean, as much as it's cool to have a streak, you know things about exercise, and in exercise, if you train every day, you're not gonna get big, you're just gonna get broken.
Yeah.
So you need to have efficient training and then rest days and like take your protein, which is like the community aspect to me. So I guess I would say be careful. If you're committed and you know you're riding that wave, then hell yeah, ride that wave. I'm not gonna tell you not to. Do I think that you should train every day and stuff? You know, I feel very about it.
Yeah.
Que no les dos. True. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Keep breaking it.
Arch God has a question. How do you specifically deal with artist block?
Oh my god, art block. So if it comes, you have to differentiate between I'm blocked, I just don't have any ideas, and I am legitimately going through burnout. Because if you have art block, you should, in my opinion, push through and see if you can make it out alive.
Yeah.
But if you're burned out and you try to push, you're gonna ruin so much that you don't even know you could ruin, right?
Yeah.
I was burned out before, and I didn't want to draw. I didn't want to draw for years, right? So I focused on my political career. I became student body president. So I am actually an anime trope. But yeah, I had to, have a new environment for art before I could go back and hopefully enjoy myself again.
Mm-hmm.
So that sucked. And I don't think pushing through would have helped me at all. I think I would have gotten even more depressed, probably.
Oh no.
So in that case, probably shouldn't push. For having no ideas, just do it. Just go on Pinterest and draw something. Draw anything, really.
Yeah, Pinterest is
There's
like
some
the
Pinterest
god
friends.
of references, man.
It do be. It do be like that. That magical girl is so elegant and stuff. Oh, you guys. Oh, I kind of bad because her skin was so dark and now she's so bright. Is this okay? Oh well.
This is Yano. You can find her on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. She has a big cartel, so I'm gonna drop all her social media links right now. And is any parting last words you'd like to say? Anything that you got going on right now?
Check my serious now. Yeah, do check out my Insta. That's where I'm most active. Twitter too. I love to talk about D&D. I love to hang out. There's some Discords where I like to chill. So if you catch me there, do say hello. For example, the Ethan Becker Discord, which I'm kind of managing the education side of that. That's been really cool. So do check out the classes. We have some concept artists and some biz dev artists and all of that stuff. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
When my project goes out of NDA, I'm gonna be really excited to talk about that. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for stopping by.
See you next time, maybe. Who knows?
All right. You have a good one,
Thanks
Yano.
for having me.
Yeah, no problem. It was very nice, very chill, and I can't wait to do more of these in the future. So if you guys like this stuff, this interview, I'll probably edit it so it's not like super long or anything like that. But I will have it up on YouTube probably this weekend or the following Monday. This Saturday, we will also have another interview. If y'all know you'll be around, I'll be interviewing James Patel. He is also another concept artist. He is a freaking beast. He went all the way to buttfuck Malaysia to learn from Feng Zhu the Great, and he's already he graduated and he's already like working.
Our concept peeps are gonna take over this joint.
Yeah. So
sweet.
Yeah.
If you have me, I'd love to hang out with you guys. That's an That's an amazing combo. What a dream team! Like with you and James.
Yeah.
That's but yeah, I hope it's fun either way. I hope you guys get to make fun of James plenty for being very handsome and having the bosom this side of the continent.
Mm-hmm.
So next time you see someone here, it's gonna be a beautiful man.
Hope you guys really do enjoy this stream. I also posted a few new videos on YouTube on Saturday and today on Monday. Saturday was our interview with Maxie. There is an echo, so therefore I'm trying to make sure that there's no more echoes and stuff like that. I'm like very new to all of this stuff. Like I'm still trying to keep up and be up to speed to everything. And I've been taking a lot of notes from other content creators and streamers. And you guys really make streaming worth it. I love the energy, I love the vibe, I love the love you guys come in and give me, and like the support and stuff. Like, you guys will catch me whenever I shoot myself down on my art, and I think it's amazing that you guys do that shit, because like it's so subconscious to me now to just be like, yeah, no, whatever, my art's like whatever, like it's fucking trash, whatever. You know, like it's because like in my head I already have like this goal of what my art it needs to look like and what it wants to be. So I'm always like, yeah, you can always do better, you can always do better, you can always do better, you can always do better. It's not the fact that I hate my artwork, it's not the fact that I hate myself or anything like that. It's like I can always do better. That's my mindset. But I am talking about my art negatively, and you guys catch me on that shit, and I love you guys for doing that. So yeah, keep me on my toes and stuff like that, and like always reminding me to like just love myself. It doesn't matter how good I am. If everyone else likes it, it's fucking good. You know, so just quiet the negative Nancy's in my mind. See you guys on the next stream. That'll be Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. You guys have a goodie. Bye, guys.